So, who am I speaking with over here?
I'm Tessa.
Oh, are you ready? I'm sorry. Who am I speaking with over here? Who?
Tessa Muller.
I'm Gloria Jones, a Russian asset.
Firepuff 12.
Are you a Russian asset?
Definitely.
Why are you here today?
Because I want Russia to take over the world.
What about you?
Because I really wanted to hear Tulsi reaffirm her support of supporting vets and Evo Morales as well.
What about you tonight?
Think of every issue that's important to you. Tulsi's probably the best. Just do your research and you'll figure out why I said that.
What do you think the most important issue is for you?
Oh my God. No, I can narrow it down to 3, okay?
Go ahead.
Foreign policy, election integrity, and the environment.
What's your 3?
I would say protections for individual liberties.
Wow, are you a libertarian?
Yeah, in some way. I mean, not on everything, but yeah, on a lot of issues.
What's your favorite thing that Tulsi's done to protect?
Let me say full disclosure, I'm actually a Yang supporter.
Yang supporter?
Tulsi girl, so I said I'd come with her. But
That's okay, we get Yang people in the room. So when it comes to Tulsi though, what area do you like about her most?
I respect her service, and I love that she wants to get out of the wars. And Ying's actually not as strong on that issue as Tulsi is. And I think it's such a waste of money, and it's so fiscally irresponsible to blow up the deficit every year. We have $21 trillion of debt, most of which is owned by China. It is neglecting of our responsibility, and it's burdensome for future generations who are going to be charged with this massive amount of debt. And the wars are a large part of that.
What's your number 1 issue when it comes to Tulsi Gabbard that you like the most?
Definitely her anti-war stance, because as she explains, when you take all of our taxpayer dollars and use them for wasteful regime change wars, then you don't have the money you need for Medicare for all type system. You don't have money for environmental protection. You don't have money for criminal justice reform, immigration reform, or any of the big topics that people care about. So we'll be seeing families sitting at tables saying that we want this to improve, that to improve, but the truth is they can't improve unless we bring the money back.
Yeah.
So
the number 1 issue is foreign policy.
Foreign policy. It leads to everything.
Okay, it does. So our foreign policy is our domestic policy. Okay, but that's true. Let me ask you another question. Sure. What is your biggest area of concern when coming with as pertaining to Tulsi Gabbard?
Honestly, to be completely honest, we know what happened to JFK. I know, but I actually am worried about that. I know she has excellent protection, but they're doing everything they can to get rid of her. Yeah. I truly believe that. Just look at how Hillary Clinton came at her. Yeah. Of course, Tulsi sued Google. She's suing Hillary Clinton right now. Yes. Yeah. And she's going to get everyone back. She's going to get them when they cheat her. She's going to get them back. But yeah, she needs to be alert in all angles, in terms of rhetoric, in terms of physical protection, in every way. Because she's speaking out on all these issues, and they want to get rid of her.
Yeah. So the libertarian went a little woo when we talked about suing Google. I think that's a big thing when it comes to our civil liberties.
No, 100%. I just saw this video this morning on anti-slap laws. Basically, I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically, and I'm not an expert in it, but like the losing party in a ridiculous, frivolous lawsuit around libel would have to pay the expenses of the other party, because for many, especially less well-financed people and in groups, the costs of defending themselves in court can be cost prohibitive. So for me, I mean, I support free speech. I think that what you should be able to say in the public square is very broad, but accusing a sitting congresswoman of treason, it would not fall under, with no evidence. No evidence has been introduced. I think it definitely would not fall under my standard of protected speech.
Hey guys, Russians like peace, Tulsi likes peace, therefore Tulsi is a Russian asset.
You forgot the Assad apologist too, you know?
Assad apologist.
Question right here. Let's finish up with this one too as well. And then we'll do the end, and we want you to close us out. But what is a policy position in which you feel Tulsi Gabbard can improve on?
Oh, I mean, me personally, I would like to see her improve on Israeli-Palestinian relations. Yeah, I would like to see her improve on that.
Is it the BDS thing?
Yeah, that. But at the same time, I'm also for a two-state solution.
Yeah, not a one-state solution.
Well, BDS doesn't necessarily advocate for one or two. I think it's kind of vague.
But my understanding, based on what I see on campus and also in the media, is that the general thrust of BDS would promote a one-state solution, which, and right now Israel is causing the problems in the region, but if the dynamics were completely flipped, I don't have any reason to believe that Hamas would be particularly charitable with the rights of Israeli citizens.
And while I love the attention she's bringing to Saudi's involvement in 9/11 and demanding that we know their full involvement for families of 9/11, I do also wish she would keep bring more attention to CIA influence in Latin America and U.S. influence in the Caribbean as well, because I'm tired of imperialism in the Caribbean. I'm tired of hearing my Jamaican grandparents complain about Caribbean. I'm tired of how just the Clintons just completely screwed over Haiti.
Oh, yeah, they did.
It's terrible. So,
that's a valid criticism. A lot of people say that she's a lot more strong, putting her foot down when it comes to the CIA and regime change involvement in the Middle East. We got to get better in South and Central America.
Well, because the Middle East was where she served, but at the same time, for a lot of people, South America, Latin America, and the Caribbean is more close to home.
And in many ways affects, with all due respect to immigrants, there are consequences on the ground domestically for totally taking the lid off of situations in our hemisphere to the extent that probably you won't see with the Middle East, that people are going to get out of countries that are dangerous and unlivable. They're going to come here, and that's going to have consequences for...
Something I want to say in addition to that is she can improve in South America for sure, but something that we're seeing from Tulsi is she pays attention to independent media. And so when we see MCSC Network Convo Couch talk about Ecuador, no one's talking about, then she gets a chance to learn about that. And then I want to talk about what I think she can improve on. So she was getting a lot of attention. She was getting front page headlines because of the Hillary Clinton fiasco. After a couple days it settled down and she explained her stance about how she's getting smeared and what's really going on. I felt like she could have elaborated more on policy positions during that time. When everyone is looking at her, when the Google searches just skyrocketed, if she gave more attention to policy positions during that time, I feel like it could have been very effective. Because there's people going around in good faith saying, okay, it's good that she can fight against Hillary, but what is she going to provide us? And we know what she's going to provide us, but the people that are still learning, they need to know. So if she can use that attention and bring her policies out during that time, I think that would be really good.
I think she definitely does listen to independent media. I asked her about Hong Kong. She said she wanted to look into it. Down the road, she did her homework. She knew what was going on. She understood the NED was there. She listens to independent media and people on the ground. So I think that's great. Let's finish the show up.
Akil Silla, watch Convo Couch. I watch it every single day.
Gloria Jones, watch Convo Couch, and Epstein didn't kill himself.
My name is Tessa Muller. You should watch the Convo Couch.
Everybody.